Alrighty, guys. If you guys don't know, Workshop Wednesdays, we review replays from you guys in chat. If you guys are watching this on the YouTube, appreciate it. Comment things down below. Otherwise, God damn it, Dad. Orange comms. You're part of the problem now, Dad. God damn it. Either way, we're going to review TheMightyIron. It is a Diamond1 Plat3 kind of in between where it comes to the skill set. It is a 2v2, so we're going to look at his perspective only, see the things that he could do, and then constantly get ridiculed by Violent Panda and Fruity for joining me in chat, because they're going to be like, no, Lawler, actually, it's this, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, just because you're a pro player doesn't mean you know better, alright? Alright? It usually does, but it's not the point. Usually it's open to discussion. I'm like, but what about this? And they're like, I mean, yeah, sometimes because of these reasons, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is why people want to hear from you guys, because you have really good insight about things in the current meta. And they're all like, yeah, but we're afraid of the camera. We don't want to talk to it. And I'm like, why? Why? You know? Either way, TheMightyIron. Replay. Here we go. So, already on the kickoff. Depending on what you're trying to accomplish with a kickoff, the way that you flip here kind of determines everything. Okay? Number one, you're getting to the ball a little bit later than the other guy from the looks of it. So, you're going to technically win this challenge as long as you flip into the ball. Okay? So, a couple things with the way you're going on the kickoff or the way you're handling kickoff is depending if you want to send it this way, this way, this way, or if you just want to win it. Okay? There's a couple things you can do. Hitting the ball second usually means that the ball is going to push away from his car. So there's going to be a gap that is created, which allows you to hit it past him. Okay? Easiest way and the things that you want to do is make sure that when you are jumping into the ball, you are flipping forward and hitting the kind of square area of the ball. You want to hit it directly in contact, putting yourself car-wise between yourself and your goal. Okay? So if you want to win it, depending on what you're trying to do, I don't know. Obviously, this is the first kickoff. I don't know if this is intentional that you're trying to kick it to the side. But assuming your rank, which is, yes, I just assumed your rank in 2019. It'll be okay. But I know what it is, so it's kind of like cheating the system. But trying to win the kickoff, I highly recommend number one thing in these lower ranks, just win the kickoff. Try to get it to their side as quickly as possible. Puts them under pressure. They're most likely going to make more mistakes. So try to get as close to the ball. Easiest way is when you're coming from a diagonal, just jump forward. And then when you get to this moment, turn into it and jump again. You want to jump into it to where you're like super close to it because it'll keep it closer and allow you to win the challenge, especially if he's hitting it first. So try to hit it more square. Make sure you're not jumping because I think you air roll this way, which we're going to take a look at now. Okay, so you jump to the right instead of jumping forward. And that's part of your positioning. But either way, it pinches out. It goes to the side back towards your teammate, which is actually probably better because it allows him to get to it first.
Lawler, shut up.
So he does get it. It's fine. Given a lot of space right now. And you boom it. That's fine. Can you get another touch? You do. Almost get the aerial. So you have no boost here. You pick up the corner boost. You have 100 boost right now. And you boost and give them a ton of space and grab another 100 boost. Okay. So you're giving him space to do whatever he pleases. You're also putting yourself in a 1v2 here by giving him space because this player can easily turn and move downfield. He can move downfield. Because even if this challenge develops between you two, he's going to be able to be behind it to support it and probably get a goal. Who knows what he does. Now, if this guy comes across and demos this guy and you win this 50, different story. But obviously you're talking too many things down the line. You're also wasting this boost. This boost is now on a 10-second respawn when you already had like 95 boost as you're rotating out. So to come back and grab this boost is useless. Ideally, you want to turn and stay in this area so you can challenge again and buy this teammate time to go back and get this boost. Because if you deny this boost, come around, get this guy, your teammate now comes and gets this boost and supports you. You now have, again, technically at this point, still a 2v2, but you're fully boosted. You have a challenge. This guy's standing still. So try to close that gap a little bit more and allow your teammate to rotate back. Your teammate's chasing like a madman, who I think is actually in chat right now. I think Darkness is in chat. Going to flick, grab all The boost on the field. Well, according to Flakes, didn't he like almost lose his team or something like that? Kidding. I love Flakes. I know you're talking memes, but I'm just throwing shade because you know, because the reaction. See, reaction down there. That's why we do those. I love Flakes. I think he's great. His streams are hilarious. I will say, chat, if you want, and YouTube, if you guys want 2 streams to watch,
well,
more than any, Fruity and Flakes. They're both older, both really funny.
I appreciate you, Lawler.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
No, Jesse. Jesse's a little much for me personally. Older, yes, older.
Lawler,
For the scene.
shut up.
Jesse sometimes is a little bit too much for me. I mean, Fruity, how old are you compared to all the other players? Come on. Come on. Come on. What if they both stream at the same time? With the lovely tool multi-stream, you can watch both streams at the same time. Or you can pester them to queue together. Don't recommend doing that. Flix is like 18 or something? I thought Flix was older. Who am I thinking of? I thought Flix was part of the older crew. He's 19. Shit. Flix is young. God damn it. Alright, Fruity-year-old. Sorry. That's actually what I was trying to do the whole time, is just prove that Fruity is old. Oof. Who am I thinking of? I don't know. Not important. Watch Fruity and Flakes. They're great. You turn on that. Try to drift into that. You want to give yourself as much space to react to this. So after you miss around here, and you cut back in. Cutting back in here is great because it allows you to get an interjection of the play right away. But on this, as soon as you see this going out, ideally, if you drift turn, that's something that's a little bit more mechanical, but if you drift turn here, you're going to be able to take a sharper cut and give yourself more time to react to the ball. The other option is, if you're not comfortable cutting inside, rotate back around, because by going this way around, some like we recycle shit right now. If you go this way instead, the benefit is you're rotating away from the ball, which is going to give you more space in between where the ball is and where you are, which should allow you to have a little bit more time to come and shoot. So try to rotate the other way if you're uncomfortable doing that, because if you're not going to go for that aerial and redirect, if you go the other way, it's going to give you more time. Plus, it's you versus the open net right now. Nobody's pressuring you. Nice demo. Soft touch is the right idea here because you're trying to maintain possession, so that's okay. Swoon might have screwed you guys there with a touch. Challenged it again right away. Alright, so you come through here. You have to jump to hit it because if you don't, you can't power clear it. That's fine. Missed challenge there, not a big deal. Don't have time to deny the boost. That's fine. You take the boost pads. Try to go a little bit more direct on this too. I look at the pathing here and I'm trying to see, well, what can I do to help, okay? There's a couple things that you should pay attention to on this. Swoon is going to hit it and it's going to come back out here. This play is expended from the play. The next person to technically go for the ball is this guy if he cuts rotation, or this guy if he goes through. So you have two options. You can either A, take these boost pads and try to demo this guy and bump him, or you want to look at the other path. This boost to this boost down to midfield to protect the net. Because with you being at 0 boost right now, your sole purpose is to get back into position to support your teammate and to make sure that you can actually do that. And you need to be able to do that by having boost. So my recommendation, because doing this is kind of risky with no momentum going in, you're not going to probably be able to bump this person. Take this boost, go down midfield. You'll have roughly about 50, 52-ish. Or no. 36, 48, 50. 50 on the dot. So you'll have 50 boost. Can I do math? 12, 24, 36, 48.
Shut up.
So you'll have 48. I'm an idiot. I just said 48. So 48 boost roughly, 48 to 60 boost depending on how many you grab. But you're going to drop that down to probably about 35 because I assume you're going to use boost to get there. So boost up to get to here. So you're going to have roughly 35 boost-ish to get net, which is more than what you need. 35 boost to do literally anything nowadays. Unless you're going for some like nutty double touch or like air dribble or, you know, whatever. So that should be the path that you take. Because now you're net, you're able to defend. If this goes back and a shot comes in, at least you're there. So you get the one, and you're doing the right thing. Get the second one, you boost a little bit further over, and then you cut in. So for the most part, you do the right thing. Just could be cleaned up. And I'm not going to judge you for mechanical things because everybody can improve their mechanics. Everybody knows that. I like the immediate approach on this too. But with that hugging the wall, you actually have a couple options. Plus, Giddy is pretty far away from this. By going up for this, Swoon should be able to come back, get boosted, and defend it. That's fine, but you're also giving possession back to Giddy. So you should be careful of that. Two options that you have. You can either aerial it, or technically three. Aerial it, pinches it, comes back out. You could actually come up this wall, grab this boost, and go in. I'm glad you don't because Swoons needs it. But if you come up the wall and try to get behind it, basically hit it here, the ball's going to be about here, and you can probably launch it downfield. The other option is you can go up and fake it and try to maintain possession. That pinch is a little scary, though, because it does go out into mid. Luckily, Swoons reads it. It's a great turn by Swoons. So 38 boost, again, I'm showing the fact that 35 boost to 40 boost is pretty much all you need to go for any aerial. And you show exactly why. Your aerial is clean. I don't know if you use your second jump or not, but it looks like you do a pretty clean aerial. Jump. Yeah, I mean, your quick aerial could be a little bit cleaner, but I mean, it's better than what most people do where they just spam jump right away. The only difficulty is where you placed it. You want to make sure when you hit this, you put it in a dangerous spot. So when you jump for this, you're a little bit too close, so you have to readjust. You can see it by the way that your car is positioned. Your path isn't direct with your aerial, so feel free to go for it a little bit sooner. Because when you turn into this, right here is perfect. Your trajectory is great, right? You aerial for this, you're going to meet it about here, and you can put it back down. You want to place it probably here, or if you can put it on target somewhere. The difficulty is because you get too far behind it and you jump a little bit too late, you're going to meet the ball here, which means you're going to play it against your body, and you want to play it into the corner. Because you can't play it far enough across if you're moving this way to hit the ball and play it back over here. You don't have enough power on it. You're not going fast enough, unfortunately. The only way you can do that is if you're moving supersonic into the play. So ideally you want to play it in corner just so you can buy yourself time. But you get behind it, it hits the top side of your car. It looks like you're trying to lean into it to put some power onto it, which, respect. You also look like you get bumped by Giddy. And then unfortunately your teammate loses a 1v1. Happens. Not a big deal. Minute and a half in though. Relatively decent rotations. Pressure could be a little bit better. Other than that, not too bad. Good patience. What do you do with it? So on this one, no one challenges you. No one's looking to challenge you. Like, nobody's even in frame right now, right? There may be someone off to your right coming in to possibly demo or challenges, but as of right now, there is no one pressuring you at all. You have a lot of space to work with. So ideally what you want to do is one of two things. You can either A, trap this, because you do have a decent amount of boost. You can either trap this, let the ball hit your nose, and then bring it up wall and try to dribble it down. Or you can just cut it inside. But you kind of do this weird in between. You're making this touch harder on yourself than it needs to be. You tap it into the wall, and then you go for an aerial after. And even that aerial is still going to place it here. So ideally, if you're going to do this, power clear it. Let the ball hit the ground, and then when it's on its way back up, as soon as it starts taking that approach back up, come in with the nose and smack it. And just launch it downfield. You're going to get the same result with a clear. So you say, I was trying to trap, but decided too late. Decision making is number one, right? Your intentions need to be direct. So the difficult thing is Giddy
Lawler,
plays this
shut
actually
up.
really well, right? So Giddy comes into frame, goes up for it, he backs off. The second touch isn't there, and now he just has a clear shot on target. So, yeah, just make your intentions direct, man. As soon as you know what you want to do, commit to it. Like, the difficult thing is people get into their heads too much when they play Rocket League. That's why at times when we're really tired, we play really well because we're playing purely instinctual. We're not thinking about things. We're just like, this is what I think I'm supposed to do. So I should, or should I do this? There's that hesitation that's made. But when you're tired, your brain just kind of turns that off. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to play. And you do the things that you've naturally kind of
Lawler,
ingrained into your play
shut up.
style. So there is times when when you're tired, you play really well and you go on a pretty good streak. The difficulty is trying to do that, but consciously also make good decisions. That's what makes a really good player. So if you can do that stuff and make it part of your muscle memory and you can instinctually just do the right things, but then also pair it with the circumstantial things that happen in Rocket League where all this crazy pinch happens, I shouldn't challenge this because I can't win it, things like that, you're going to put yourself in a really good place. Like, the intention is there. Like, I know what you're trying to do. It's just a matter of making sure that you capitalize on what that is and making that decision sooner. Right in front of the net. That's in. Nice. Right off the kickoff, too. That's super huge. So you said you were trying to win the kickoffs. You win this one. That guy has a really bad kickoff. Straight to the boost. And then a preemptive jump off the wall. I'm wondering if that jump off the wall was because you saw him challenging. And if you would have pushed it against the wall, he would have blocked it. Probably would have pinched towards his net anyway because you had the higher position on it on the 50-50, but still. It's a good touch. It's a good touch. Way to bring yourself back into it.
Lawler, shut up.
Another good kickoff. You let your teammate take it. Swoon went for that too. That's dangerous. So this one could have been really rough too. So you're rotating back as the touch is there. You're trying to rush back quickly as possible so you can cut off near post and also be in a position to make save near far post. Because Giddy, based on the direction he's in, can't come across and shoot it this way really hard. It's not going to work. So the difficulty is you're basically trying to cover near post as well as like middle roughly of the net. Giddy's just trying to hit this towards net as fast as possible. Because if he doesn't, he's going to get demoed. So ideally you want to rush to here. You cut in for some reason. Cutting in there is super scary. Your sole purpose to be on defense is there is to force this guy to make a challenge or make a play or make a decision altogether. Because all you're in reality just trying to do is delay their shot so this person can come and support you. And by cutting in like that, you're way too far to make a challenge in any circumstance, which makes it really easy to score. So careful with turning in here. Your trajectory based on the way you were going was fine. So from here, keep going straight. Don't be afraid to slow your pace a little bit if you're going in a little bit too fast for what you think. But if you approach that a little bit slowly and you keep going this way, that ball goes straight into you. It hits here, goes out, and now you guys got a counterattack ready to go. Swoon doesn't have to go back this way. Swoon can go around and support you. Now you have a 1v2 ready to go against this guy. Swoon could even go and demo him, and you could go. Like, there's so many options that you have if you just continue to follow your path. Luckily, he misses. And so does everybody else. Tap there, you don't have to force. Try to dribble this one. So Giddy's too far away from your first touch. No reason to jump into this. Again, trap, bring up wall, or cut down field. So when you approach this, let it touch your hood. Roughly here, so it still keeps that forward momentum. It'll either roll up wall, or if you're good, you know, if you have the mechanics to it, you can cut around the outside of it, trap the ball on this side, and flick it downfield too. If Giddy doesn't challenge, just keep dribbling. Same situation. You holding onto this ball not only is to clear it, but it's also to force this person to make a decision, and also buy time for Swoon to get back and get some boost, because Swoon's in a really rough place right now. But by hitting this, you're throwing up possession. You've got a guy on your tail. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Throw away possession again. Nobody's on you. Nobody's pressuring you. You're just
Lawler,
hitting the ball away.
shut up.
No reason for that. It is better to make somebody come in on their side and force a challenge, because at least it is expending one of their players, and it still forces a chance for your teammate to buy time to do whatever. But by literally hitting the ball, you're giving possession over to Giddy, and now the other person is put in a 1v2 technically. Swoon deciding to challenge is literally there to buy you time to make sure you can rotate and make a play. So now that you have boost, you're back into it, you can make a play again. Challenges from a little far away, need to be careful. You turn in and take the ball because it looks like Swoon isn't on it. It's fine. Shot on target's there. I'm tied up. Nice. Nice. A lot of people talk about cutting rotations and this and that and blah, blah, blah. This is a prime example of why rotations technically aren't as important as you may think. This touch literally falls into your lap. Swoons has seen that boost and calls it. That is her boost. You cut into it, and that's fine. As long as your teammate recognizes that it is you taking the ball, they can support that. It's not a problem. The general purpose is whoever is closest to the ball should go for it. In most circumstances. Obviously, there are situations where that doesn't happen to be the case. But in this circumstance, you cut in and take this ball because you're the closest to it. It's the easiest way to remove pressure. There's a lot of things that are beneficial to this play that I'm actually okay with. But I will call you out on
Lawler,
it.
shut up.
Because Swoons could have smashed this. So turns. First touch is pretty ugly. Plays it over. This is a weird one because you're right now in a position of both, right? Iron can take this. You can come in and take this because based upon the trajectory that Giddy is going, if he tries to challenge this and you turn in and hit this, that ball is pinching downfield. Mighty can get boost and support that. Mighty can go here and support that, right? So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. This could, like, this is why we mean Rocket League is situational, because in both circumstances, it's good for Mighty to take it. It's also good for Swoons to take it. It can go both ways. Okay? Doesn't matter who takes it as long as you guys are both aware of the circumstance and one of you supports the other. Okay? Yo, Watson,
Lawler,
thank you for the Twitch Prime, or thank you for the Twitch sub. Welcome back to the Snack Pack, dude. Show the badge and the emotes. Arlo, have a good night. This rank is Plat3, Diamond1. It's right in that weird in between. Lulu, have a good night. Also, Phantom Ace, want to know if I played in twos. Doing live replay analysis, maybe after. Heart. Alright, see what you do. So you let him challenge, you get the boost, that's when you get a goal. That's right, you got to go off that. Halfway through, 2-2. Close game. We take those. So ways this could have gone better as well. So you cheat up. All's good. You see that he's going for the boost. I think you get the boost there. Let's check. I wish I could, like, speed up my frame. So you do deny the boost there, which is good. So you deny his boost. He's pretty much out of the play at this point, unless he comes to bump you. On this one, you're still too far away to go for this aerial. Because even if you hit that, you're not going to make it. You hit that ball, you connect with that ball, it's going off of this wall. It ain't going in. You got to commit. You can get to that ball in air with an angle, but this feathering of your boost is not going to do it. You got to commit, man. You boost super hard. You commit to that. Like, you slow down here, and then you go for it again. You just got to go. Turn your brain off. Just go. You'll win the ball. I promise you. Luckily, you force him to jump and he misses anyway. But if you want to get to that, if you're going to go make those challenges, you have to commit. The fact that you don't hit Supersonic at any point during that is a problem. Positives. Positioning's great. You read it well. You knew exactly where the ball was going. You're doing the right things. You just have to make sure that you're using the mechanics that I know you have to do it. And your biggest issue is you hesitate. you're in the right place. You're doing the right things. You just have to commit to it. Because even if you miss, that's what your teammates for. Teammates are there to support you.
Lawler,
Clearly, with
shut
you
up.
guys both being in chat, clearly you guys, I assume, are queued up together. So, I assume you guys are on comms. That puts you at a big advantage in 2s, especially at lower ranks. The mistake on the kickoff actually forces a delayed kickoff, which works out actually really well. Slows down, takes his time. Love that, actually. So a lot of people in this are afraid or are nervous about how they're going to hit the ball, so they just rush into it and smack it. But you actually slow down. You actually brake check this to give yourself a little bit more control, which I'm actually a huge fan of. So here, you brake check real quick. You slow your pace up. You give yourself more control on it. Unfortunately, the touch doesn't work out. They end up getting a goal out of it. It happens. The idea is there, though. The only thing you could have done better is making sure that your car is to the left of it instead of to the right of it. So instead of it playing back to your left, it plays towards their net, into the corner. Just a little bit more finesse happens. Listen to how you feather your boost. Sorry. You're going to feather your boost here. Those slight taps are actually forcing you to be slower rather than committing to a direct path. We're at 207 in this replay. I'm going to teach you something that is going to make your life so much better. And it's so simple, too. Something that every player should know. I'm going to do this on KBM, so it's going to be a little bit ugly. But a lot of times when people boost... Actually, let me go into an exhibition match so I can actually show you. This is going to be on KBM because my controller's not plugged in or anything right now. Private, create. Give me one sec. So, there is something that a lot of players do in all aspects of Rocket League. When they are going to get boosts. So rather than what you're doing where you're going like this, right? What you want to do is when you time your forward jump, do it with boost as well. Holding boost and jumping forward is going to give you that little bit of extra burst in movement. So you're going from this, right, to this. Like, the speed at which you move, if you could just maintain doing this. And I'm on KBM, so don't judge me. Just practice doing this, where you're flipping diagonally and using boost at the same time. But, like, if I come at a standstill, right, and I need to go faster, you can hit top speed in 2 jumps. But you're feathering your boost, which is way slower. But by just jumping forward with boost, you can hit top speed in 2. You tapping boost or holding? You can just hold. The reason why diagonal flips are so important. Is because the back of your car is always behind you. When you flip forward, at a certain point, your car is going to be facing this way, so the boost is pushing away from where you're trying to go. Okay? If you're going to do it, you just have to stop boosting in the middle of your flip. But you're talking a general diagonal, like a flip forward, takes 3 to hit top speed. 2, 3. Okay? If you use boost, you can do it in 2. And you hit supersonic. Work that into your play. You will be so much faster than what you're playing against.
Yeah, kind of.
I appreciate you, Lawler.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
So when you are dodging forward, use boost with it. It will help you so much. I promise you. I think this is your guys's. Yeah, sick. We're at 208, I'm pretty sure. Hide the timeline so we don't get spoilers. So we're going to look at that kickoff again. It's one after you guys got scored on this one. So it's the one after this. Okay. So you get the boost. Tap boost, tap boost, tap boost. And now, when you get to that midfield line is when you first hit supersonic. But if you use boost and a dodge forward, you're going to hit that in that first jump, and you're going to be there, and you're going to have more boost to do something with it. The reason why that's so important is not because you guys got scored on there, but it's going to give you more time to control the ball. By getting to the ball sooner, it gives you more time to make a reaction. It gives you more time to make decisions. It may help. It kind of goes hand in hand with the issue that you're having, right? You're going to the right position. You're there for the play. You're just not there soon enough because you're starting to hesitate or you're just not committed to what you want to do. But if you get there sooner, you can make that decision faster, which then allows you to make those plays, and it all carries through. A little bit behind it, and that would have went downfield. Good save. Another good save. Good clear. Try to put those on target if you can. That would have been a goal if you did. Just your initial hit. Make sure you're a little bit more to the left, or you jump into it to the right. If you jump sooner, that's going to hit your nose sooner. So if you jump here across, you're going to hit it with this. That's the highlighter. I don't want that. I want the pen. So if you jump across here, you'll hit it with your nose about here on the ball, which should push it this way. The other option is wait for that ball to come across a little bit more and jump into it. But it's a mechanical thing. Also, make sure you collect boost pads on the way down. You can turn left here, get a boost pad. And you can get the other one behind Giddy right now, the one that's right after this. You can take 3 boost pads. He's still going to beat you to the ball no matter what, but now you have an extra 36 boost if you do it, right? Plus the play develops a little bit more, and you can make a better reaction to it. Touch is kind of useless on that one. You just don't have enough power going into it to play a hard enough touch over to Swoon. If you can play that back to Swoon, great. If you can play that at net, also great. In between is just super light. It allows them to make a really easy clear. This should be a goal for the other team. It's not. That should have been a goal for them. If they get behind that and they put power on it, like I know players are capable of, they will punish for you that with a big-ass clear. Nice touch from Swoon. Swoon trying to, I think, go for it. Wow, what a save. Okay. Good flick. Again, rotating out a little too far. So after this happens, right? You get knocked out of the play. You need to recognize 2 things here. Your teammate is challenging the ball, which means that they are going to be out of the play. It is entirely up to you to get back as quickly as possible because this player is going to rotate through, this player is going to play it back, right? Your sole purpose here is to make sure that you get back to that net as quickly as possible to support it, right? Reason why it's super detrimental for you to go over here is because you're removing yourself from the play for 3-4 seconds, which is everything. You also have 46 boost. You have a ton of boost. You turn and get some boost pads. Even if you use boost to get there, as long as you get like 2 boost pads on the way, you'll end up at roughly the same amount. And like I said, 35 to 40 boost is all you need to make a play. You showed that with your aerials earlier, right? So for this, by just rotating through, grabbing 2 boost pads, going far post, you're good. You support the play. You're in a great position to make a save. You guys don't have to worry. But the first thing you need to recognize is they have 2 players that are closer to the ball than you are. You're facing the complete opposite way, and your teammate is no longer in the play. If Swoon lands right and like can make a play on it, different situation. But by rotating all the way around, especially that jump, you took your eye off the ball, big problem. You have no idea what's happening behind you. You're going to have to make a completely reactionary decision as soon as this plays. You need to be watching to see how that play develops. You now do. Okay. Giddy is going somewhere, and Fur's pretty close with the ball with Swoon. Fur and Swoon pretty much have a pretty even 50-50 at this point. You're lucky, because any touch could have put that back towards your net. You could have been in big trouble, and you wouldn't be close enough to get the ball. The reason why I'm critiquing you is because from here, you could have easily taken this boost, taken this boost, taken this boost, and now you're ready there to support it. You can even take this boost and turn around and have a little bit more space to make a decision. But you're moving for 60 boost, roughly, when you could have grabbed 36-ish, maybe more, maybe less. You could have 36 to 48 boosts by just grabbing a couple of these pads. This 100 boost is still up for, you know, whenever you need it. This boost is going to spawn somewhat soon, most likely, probably in 10 seconds. I assume one of these guys just took it. Probably Fur just took it. So by rotating that far out, you're leaving all this space for the other team to make a decision. But if you're here, you can react to it accordingly. So careful on how far you rotate out. Luckily, Swoons is a legend and won 2 50-50s in a row. I mean this in the nicest way, but I think Swoon is the better player for this team right now, based on one replay. You both have your mistakes, but Swoon is clutching it up right now, from what I can tell. There's been a lot of things that Swoon has done to really help out. There's definitely been whiffs and shit, but this is why it's a team effort, right? Like it's definitely a team game. There's both things that you guys could be doing. Swoon, don't sell yourself short. You've been making some really clutch decisions. But at the same time, Mighty picked this replay for that sole purpose. So you could have just had an off game. Good trap. Unfortunate flick. I like the trap. You can in that situation, there's no right answer. You can either take an immediate shot and hopefully you put it in, or you can go for the slow play and get a flick. Doesn't matter. You can go for either one. You try to go for the bump there. Cut rotation. So you go for the demo here. You should know that you have to turn all the way around to put it back towards their net unless you play it at the wall, right? And then you're retreating, and then you have to hit it at a negative angle because you're going to be going this way, and then you got to play it this way. This teammate can literally just come down and hit it. Don't cut that. Rotate out. Stay on the wall a little bit slower, or go higher on the wall, and then go down and around, right? But by coming across, you're literally cutting off the option there because you're creating traffic that there doesn't need to be. But that is not your ball. You should definitely not cut across for that. And you can see why. It's very tough for Swoons to read that when you do that. Good challenge and recovery. All right, so big things I recognize. Number one, you have good decision making. It's just you seem hesitant when you do it. Like you want to be in the right place at the right time and do the right things, which you do. It's just you're hesitant on it. You don't trust yourself enough. And the difficulty is if you continue to not do that, then you put yourself in a position to be there, but you don't use the mechanics I know you have to hit it because you hesitate. Ways to help with that, like I said, just go for it. Trust yourself. You have a teammate that's supporting you that you can communicate with. It's very easy to make a mistake and be like, crap, I missed, and then have your teammate support it. As long as you are making those mistakes and your teammate is aware of your intentions, they can support it. It's part of the reason why I actually really enjoy playing with ball chasers.
Lawler,
Because ball chasers are going to show you exactly what they're doing. It's super easy to read what they're doing because they're always going for it. So I just support it. When they can't do it, then I know it's my turn, right? So for you to just go for it, that's great. Okay. Second thing. Dolly, I would tell you right now that don't take rank as a determinant of skill. Rank is in a terrible fucking place right now. It's so bad. Not discrediting you. Congrats on Champ 3. Fucking awesome. Keep it going. Hopefully you can hit GC this season. But rank is a pile of poo right now, and I hate it so much. But yeah, if you just commit to what you're doing, it is easier for your teammate to read it. It also creates less issues with being in traffic or double commits or what have you. Because Swoons is going to be in a better position to be able to make those decisions, and then they can make those decisions faster as well. The big mechanic that you should focus on, though, is using your boost through your dodges. You're going to move so much faster. You're going to conserve so much more boost because you're going to be moving faster all the time. It's a big deal. True that it's sweaty as fuck. Dude, I wouldn't even say that it's sweaty as fuck. I think people are just bad in the ranks right now. Like, the amount of Champ 3s that are in Champ 3 right now that should not be there. I'm playing with Champ 3s that shouldn't even be Diamond. Okay, that's a little harsh, but like there's some Champ 3 players that definitely should not be out of Champ 1, and it blows my mind. But ranked, you know, it is what it is. So who knows? Either way, good replay all around. I can definitely tell that you and Swoon have played together before and played together. You guys work very well as a team. Just make your decisions a little bit sooner. People mess up by making a lot of little adjustments when it should be one fluid motion. Correct. And that has to do with the hesitation. If you just commit to something, if you are, like, the one I think about is when you try to go for that aerial off the wall. So if you commit to making that play, right? So when you cheated up on midfield and then you came across and tried to jump for that aerial, you cut off that guy's boost. You took that from him. But if you just commit to doing that from the beginning, the amount of speed that you're going to be able to get to that ball first so you can then hit the ball is going to be fantastic. You're going to get to the ball sooner. You're going to be able to get to the ball in general because you're moving faster. The person behind you knows what you're doing. Like, a lot of things are going to carry through. So just make sure you're doing what you want to do. Like, you have it in you. It's there. You just got to commit to it.